What's going on, guys? My name is Cynic, and welcome to the final ever Is It Worth It episode here inside of Infinite Warfare Zombies. Man, we have had quite a year, and it kind of sucks to think that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, this year's completely over, and everyone's going to move on to the next COD, or in my case, and probably many other people's case, moving on to other games altogether. But regardless of what happens, I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you for not only supporting the series, but supporting the channel and supporting myself, as without you guys, I couldn't do jack shit. I wouldn't be able to post daily. I wouldn't even have the motivation to create videos. So really, whenever you guys get the thought of thanking me for doing this, I appreciate it, but really at the end of the day, I'm in debt to you, you know, because without you guys constantly coming up to watch this shit, then I'm just another weirdo posting videos on the internet. Anyways, to kind of cut this short, thank you guys. I really do appreciate everything you guys do for me and for the channel. That's why I try to respond to as many people as I can in the comments to give back and try to build this community type of vibe. But anyways, this is why you don't get sentimental. I wasted a minute of your life. But cutting the bullshit aside, let's get started in the epic variant of today. Now, if you guys have been paying attention to the comment section in the last couple videos that I've been making, then it's no surprise that this was going to be the final epic that I was going to do. However, the more I was telling people this was going to be the final epic, the more I kind of felt like shit. You know, you can't end off a series like this on an epic like that. You know, that's like promising the greatest zombie season of all time and then getting what we got in Black Ops 3. So today, we're not going to be talking about one specific epic, but 4. Mainly because these 4 really have nothing going on, 2 of which I've already covered, but I'm kind of bringing you guys up to speed because I get asked a lot about them. But anyways, let's get started on the epic that I never covered and I never thought I was going to cover, and that is the Titan Scout. How this is an epic is a question that gets asked a lot, but it's something that it's kind of obvious, don't you think? And that's the fact that you get a Trojan sight that's built in. That's Infinity Ward's logic. I'm not going to argue with it. But the selling trait of the Titan Scout is hacks. And as we said, it comes in with the built-in Trojan sight. And you also get stability, which stacks with foregrip. Now, in case you guys are curious, the sight that I'm using in this gameplay is actually the sight that comes with the Scout. There's nothing that I did to it. But that's pretty much all the Scout has going for it. Just a different built-in custom Trojan sight. I tried to change the reticle. I tried to experiment a little bit with it. But I couldn't find a way. Maybe I'm just retarded and could have figured it out, but I don't think there's a way you can actually change it, at least not in terms of zombies. So I think you're pretty much stuck with the reticle that they give you. Now, which kind of sucked is I feel like this was a missed opportunity. Similar to the X-Eon War sight, which we'll get into in just a second, I feel like the Scout, they could have came out with a very special type of Trojan sight where they highlight critical areas on zombies or critical areas on people in multiplayer, and that could have made the Scout really be something worthwhile, worth going for. But there's really nothing that the Scout doesn't do that any other Titan or any other gun inside Infinite Warfare for that matter can do with a normal Trojan sight. To kind of show you the Liberty gameplay that I have for you is all captured with a Trojan sight on it. Now, before we go all the way over to the Liberty, something very quickly I want to mention is obviously the best thing that the Titan in general can offer people is once you pack it and double pack it, your running speed is greatly increased. The Scout still has that feature, but it feels like it's kind of lowered, at least compared to the normal Titan that I roll with. I roll with the Titan Warden, and I believe that's the rare variant, and that feels like it was much faster than the Scout. It could be a placebo effect, but I feel like as soon as I would pick up the Warden out of the wheel, I'd immediately take off and notice the difference. The Scout, you don't really notice that much of a difference unless you kind of pay more attention to it, or when you double pack it, then you'll really notice it with the Scout. But the Warden just seem to be a little bit faster, so if you're really just going for a Titan variant that has a good running speed, I'd say just shoot for the Warden. So in short, with the Scout, you're not missing anything. Don't drop 4,000 salvage on this gun. If you want the Scout experience, just throw on a Trojan sight on any Titan variant you have. Even the base variant will work. But moving on to the raw Liberty, to this day I get asked so many questions about this gun in terms of doing a modern review, in terms of checking to see if it's fixed. Unfortunately, guys, to give you all an update, it's still broken, still not properly working. So to kind of break this down, the Liberty's selling point is the Make It Rain trait, which basically puts all of the raw's ammunition in one magazine. You no longer have a cache, you never reload, it's all in your magazine. Almost like an infinite ammo, but you don't have a bottomless clip. Now, inside of multiplayer, if you threw on Fusion Mag, which is actually an attachment for the Liberty, it regenerates ammo. So inside of multiplayer, in that sense, you do have infinite ammo, but inside of zombies, it doesn't work that way. Now, instead of giving you guys a long history of the gun and what was broken and what was fixed, I'm gonna give you guys a quick pros and cons. So starting off with the cons, you can't pick up ammo clips with this gun. Even if you have 0 rounds left, the game will consider you to be at maximum ammunition, which is a major flaw. Fusion mag inside of zombies can be equipped, however, it does not regenerate ammunition. All it does is take up an attachment slot. You have very little ammunition for an LMG, and with that LMG having all of its ammo in one clip, it's nowhere near enough. Non-packed, you get 250 rounds, I believe. Packed once, you get 375. Double packed, you get 500 rounds, which in the 3 stages, the raw is almost too weak to even justify that ammunition count. And the last major flaw is inside of the Beast from Beyond boss fight, where you have that ammo crate. You can't regenerate or buy ammunition from that crate, so you're basically getting fucked by taking the liberty in that fight. All of these I do consider to be major flaws and major deal breakers, because think about it, you can't pick up ammo clips because the game always considers you to have max ammunition even when you're bone dry. You have so little ammunition in the Liberty that there is no longevity to it. You can't take it in the Beast from Beyond boss fight because the game glitches out and doesn't allow you to buy ammunition from the ammo crate. It's just not worth your time. Now, because I said I'll give you the pros, I will still give you some pros. One of them at the top of the list, obviously, is you don't have to reload. The infinite ammo drop, funny enough, actually gives the Liberty all of its ammunition back, considering, if you guys ever noticed, when you pick up an infinite ammo, the gun that you're using when the infinite ammo disappears gets a full mag back, and in the Liberty's case, that's all of its ammunition. Rewind grenades do work. You can regenerate ammunition that way, assuming you're in Raven the Redwoods or Zombies in Spaceland, and if you're in Raven the Redwoods, the bird mask also helps you regenerate ammunition. But to be completely honest, your best bet is, instead of dropping 4,000 salvage on the Liberty, is instead to drop 500 salvage on the rare Headhunter variant. That's practically the same thing. Whenever you get headshots, your mag is automatically refilled, and it just seems to be a better, easier, cheaper version than what the Liberty was supposed to be. So from an ammo point of view, the Liberty still does not work correctly, or at least is not worth it due to the ammo problems that it suffers from. Now moving on to the Switchblade, this is actually a gun that I'm always getting asked about too, and trust me, I'm hoping just as much as you guys are that the fucking Switchblades are fixed, but unfortunately to this point they still are not. The problem still persists. Now when I did the Is It Worth It on the Switchblade last month, I've had a handful of people tell me, when you pack a punch the Switchblade, they're not broken, they work like the M1 Grand now. The crosshairs are different for a reason, and that is whenever a zombie's in the crosshairs, it's like aimbot. The zombies will automatically always get hit. They're not broken. It's just the way the gun is supposed to be. That's cool. I'm not saying the Switchblade is broken because of the crosshairs. I'm not saying it's broken because of the aimbot. I'm saying it's broken because the damage is nerfed when you pack a punch it. And that's where my argument always was. And I apologize if people got the wrong impression when I did the video on it last time, but my problem was on the damage output once you packed it and double packed it. It was like the damage was nerfed and it wasn't doing the same damage output. I wasn't referring to the aimbot, I wasn't referring to the crosshairs, I was referring to the damage and the change from being non-packed to packed. And that's all I was ever referring to. Now all this gameplay right here was captured last night, and just off of playing it felt the same. I didn't notice the damage being fixed once you pack a punch it or double pack it. It felt like the gun was still struggling and the damage was not the same prior to pack a punching it. So as of right now, I still would say stay away from the Switchblades. They are still not putting out the proper damage output once they're pack a punch. Now moving on to the last gun, we have the Xeon Warsight. Now I've never actually done a full-blown review, if you want to call these videos reviews, on the Warsight, but in other videos I did talk a little bit about it. Never too much in depth, just kind of talked more about the downside and what I hated about it, and I never felt like this gun was worthy of a full video on it. So I figured what we do is go ahead and talk about it right now. So the selling point of the Warsight is Threat Designator, which pretty much in short is a glorified thermal sight. That's literally all it is, and that's why I referred to the Warsight and the Scout being in the same boat, because they don't offer anything different. At least not in zombies. The Scout's a little worse because there's really nothing it offers, but the Warsight at least can counteract cold-blooded and active camo, but that's multiplayer. Inside of zombies, it's really nothing more than a glorified thermal sight, and there's really nothing to talk about. The gameplay is exactly what you see. I didn't see anything where you can see zombies through walls, zombies spawning in. The sight doesn't change whatsoever, whether if it's packed or double packed. At the end of the day, it's still the Xeon, and if you take off this sight, which is the sight that it comes with, then you're basically removing the essence of it being an epic variant of this gun. But anyways, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's Is It Worth It episode. The last Is It Worth It episode to put Infinite Warfare to rest. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hopefully, I did answer some questions on whether if the Switchblade or Liberty is fixed. If you guys were curious on how the Warsight's sight looked, or on how the Titan Scout Trojan site looked. I do hope I dealt with that sense of curiosity. Now, like always, if you did go on to enjoy this video, a like would be greatly appreciated, as that helps the channel out enormously. Subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel, as I post content each and every day. And hey, if you guys are already subscribed, then why not join the notification squad? It's actually growing. Thank you guys if you just joined recently. Anyways, my name is Cynic. Thank you guys so much for watching and stopping by, as I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all next time with a brand new video.